नई जिंदगी की नई पाठशाला, नई जिंदगी की नई पाठशाला।
Hello students, today we are going to discuss the chapter 8 of your class 12 physics book, that is electromagnetic waves. In chapter 4 we have already read that a moving charge is a source of magnetic field. In electromagnetic induction, we have seen that a changing magnetic field gives rise to a electric current. So according to Maxwell noticed that a changing electric field also be the source of magnetic field. Means a changing electric field can also produce a magnetic field. So in this chapter we will discuss the Maxwell's displacement current, Maxwell's equations, production of electromagnetic waves, their existence, their uses and importance in our day-to-day life. So in today's class we are going to discuss how the concept of displacement current come. Okay, let's discuss how Maxwell introduced the concept of displacement current. So according to Ampere's circuital law, the line integral of magnetic field around a closed path is mu naught times the net current threading the closed path. That is closed integral B dot dl is equal to mu naught I, where mu naught is the absolute permeability of free space. When this law was applied to an electric circuit consisting a capacitor as the circuit element, the law found to be incomplete or inconsistent. To overcome this inconsistency, Maxwell introduced the concept of displacement current. Okay, so to understand the inconsistency, consider a charged capacitor. These are the two plates, one is positive plate and one is negative plate. The capacitor is fully charged. Let the capacitor is made to discharge through a resistor R. Okay, when the capacitor is made to discharge through a resistor R, a current starts flowing through the conduction wire. Okay, this arrow mark gives the electric field between the plates of the capacitor, which direction is from plus to minus direction. So consider a loop having two surfaces S1 and S2, so that S1 is bounded, the current S1 is carrying the current I, but S2 is in between the two plates of the capacitor. So S2 encloses no current, but surface S1 encloses current I. So now let's apply Ampere's circuital law to these two surfaces S1 and S2 in the same circuit. Okay, so for surface S1, closed integral B dot dl is equal to mu naught I, because the current is here I and S1 encloses the current I. So in the right side, this is mu naught into I. Let this is equation 1. And for surface S2, closed integral B dot dl is equal to mu naught into 0. That is equal to 0. Means surface S2 encloses no current, because this space is the free space between the plates. So according to as per Ampere's circuital law, closed integral of B dot dl, so surface S2 is 0, but closed integral of B dot dl, so surface S1 is mu naught I. Here see the two surfaces S1 and S2 in the same circuit. When we apply Ampere's circuital law in these two surfaces, then LHS of, although the LHS of both the equations are equal, but RHS is not equal. Here RHS is mu naught I and here RHS is 0. So Maxwell noticed this inconsistency, this incompleteness in Ampere's circuital law. So to overcome the inconsistency, Maxwell introduced the concept of displacement current. According to Maxwell, a current is also exit between the two plates of the charged capacitor. That current is called displacement current, and the current that is flowing across the wire is called conduction current. So what happens? Now Maxwell modified the Ampere circuital law. Okay, so let us discuss the modified form of Ampere circuital law. Okay, Maxwell modified the Ampere circuital law by introducing the concept of displacement current. He modified the Ampere circuital law as this: closed integral B dot dl is equal to mu naught into IC plus ID, where IC is conduction current and ID is displacement current. This displacement current arising due to the varying electric field between the plates of the capacitor, that is due to the changing electric field between the plates of the capacitor, and it is given by ID is equal to epsilon naught d phi E by dt. So now this equation becomes closed integral B dot dl is equal to mu naught IC plus epsilon naught d phi E by dt, where epsilon naught permittivity of free space and phi is the electric flux. So now apply this equation to the surface S1 and S2. When we apply this equation to surface S1, we see that ID is equal to epsilon naught d phi E by dt, that is 0, because surface S1 only encloses the conduction current. So closed integral B dot dl is equal to mu naught into IC plus 0. Here we put 0 because here no displacement current is there, and this is equal to mu naught IC. And for surface S2, closed integral B dot dl is equal to mu naught into IC plus ID. In place of IC we write 0 because surface S2 encloses no conduction current. So this is equal to mu naught into ID. Now Maxwell said that IC and ID both are equal. So here we observe that LHS of both the equations are same, and if IC and ID are both are equal, then RHS of both the equations are also equal. So this is a complete law which is known as Maxwell Ampere circuital law or modified Ampere circuital law. Okay, let's discuss how IC, conduction current, and ID, it is displacement current, both are numerically equal. Okay, suppose Q be the instantaneous value of the charge on the capacitor and E be the electric field between the plates of the capacitor at that time. If A is the area of the plates of the capacitor, A is the area of the plates of the capacitor, then the electric field between these two plates is E is equal to how much? E is equal to Q by epsilon naught A. Now electric flux between the plates phi is equal to EA. E is your Q by epsilon naught A into A, that is Q by epsilon naught. Now coming to displacement current, the formula for displacement current is ID is equal to epsilon naught d phi E by dt. So epsilon naught d by dt, in place of phi E you put Q by epsilon naught. Now epsilon naught cancel, so it becomes dq by dt. But conduction current is also IC is equal to dq by dt, that is rate of flow of electric charge. So from 1 and 2 we see that ID and IC both are numerically equal. So before going to predict the existence of electromagnetic wave, Maxwell formulated 4 equations which are known as Maxwell's equations. So first equation is closed integral of E dot ds is equal to Q by epsilon naught, which is known as Gauss law for electricity. And second one is closed integral of V dot ds is equal to 0, which is Gauss law for magnetism. And third one is closed integral of E dot dl is equal to minus d phi d by dt. phi b is your magnetic flux, which is Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. And fourth one is closed integral of B dot dl is equal to mu naught into IC plus epsilon naught d phi E by dt. This is Ampere-Maxwell law or modified Ampere-Circuital law. So on the basis of these four equations, Maxwell predict the existence of electromagnetic wave, about which we will discuss in our next session. Okay, thank you for today.
नई जिंदगी की नई पाठशाला, नई जिंदगी की नई पाठशाला।
जीने का तरीका सबका अब है बदलने वाला, जीने का तरीका सबका अब है बदलने वाला।
नई जिंदगी की नई पाठशाला, नई जिंदगी की नई पाठशाला।